Hey everybody. Um, Today's video is gonna be on the ban list coming out in One Piece, my theory for it, what I think it's gonna be. Um, we're gonna go through a lot of concepts and parts to this and really understand and break down what I think is gonna happen. So let's go through the ban list and the ban list. So the ban list is a restriction on cards that is going to be coming to North America, not only North America and Japan. So it is to understand what could be potentially banned, you really have to look at, at the base level, what the Japanese players are thinking, what the Japanese mentality is, and the cards that are doing good there, and really what could be seen as overly broken to Japan. And you got to think of the frame set of the Bandai card game. So we're gonna look at the cards that I think are most likely to be banned. This is my theory, and I think it should be pretty correct. Um, we're gonna understand Japanese meta at the current time of OP6, which was December of last year, and we're gonna look at the Japanese mentality of how Japanese players took care of past bans and how that really ended up and what cards I think are going to be banned. So let's really quick look at. I just wanted to move my tool. Let's look at the CS tops in OP6. We have 15 Sakazuki, Gecko, Moria, and Perona tops. I could only fit that many in there, but we can see there's quite a bit of tops from Sakazuki. Um, Sakazuki being one of the most potent decks, and I think the best deck to utilize Gecko Moria and some of its other cards that I think should be banned, Rebecca and Hound Blaze. And then we have Katakuri utilizing Big Mom and the yellow cards that have currently just come out. So we see that they have a relatively big share of um, the CS tops. So we're seeing a lot of categories top, and we're seeing a lot of these black decks top, but we're not seeing any other colors. So that's really the problem here with Bandai seeing, and we really need to figure out what cards are causing this. So, but we gotta look at how Japanese players like to ban things, and so okay, so in the ban list, like Japanese community has had a desire for a unified global ban list because we have just had NA bans. The only really unified ban we had was Moby Dick. Um, we looked at cards like Kabaji and Boat for us getting banned on release. This is the only really unified ban list we've ever had in this game, which is back in OP2, and now it's OP6, almost OP8 in Japan. Um, so Japanese players are resistant to bans because they think they can play the meta differently. Japanese meta is different. Due to Japanese perspectives, OP6 cards might see fewer bans or no bans. So I'm saying that Gecko Moria could not be banned. And cards that are being printed could not be banned, but cards at OP5 could be banned. Because we're seeing that, despite we have like all of this, these tops by these yellow and black decks, it really doesn't matter because Japanese players didn't have to ban it then, so why would they ban it now? It's not like black gets a bunch of new support in OP7, which it doesn't. I mean, it gets Raw Bluchi, which can benefit, but I could see them doing some OP5 bans, because... So let's talk about the cards, okay? So my whole thing is here, right here, you can see this meme I made, but it's just like Bandai is probably gonna not want to ban OP6 cards. They are going to want to ban OP5 cards, OP4, 3, 2, whatever those cards may be. They could ban it. We could be completely wrong with these bans. They could just randomly ban some other cards that aren't on this list. But these are the cards I think are gonna get banned, and I'm pretty damn sure they're gonna get banned. Moria. Okay, so it's a new card. If anyone doesn't know what it does, it plays a 4 costs from the trash, either active or rested, and it plays a 2 cost from the trash, active or rested. You could pick the order. Some potent combos with this would be Gecko, Rob, use Helmeppo, which is a 2 cost that minuses 3, and then you Lucci. And on top of that, you could Ice Age, so you can get rid of a 2 cost and a 4 cost. Not a 2 cost, a 7 cost and a 4 cost. And if you have Soccer Leader, it's an 8 cost and a 4 cost, or a 5 cost and a 7 cost, you know? So, no. And then, not only that, they said, fuck it, let's make this card an 8-9. So it's 9K now. It's better than Katakuri for some reason. Which is fucking crazy. And then on top of that, they didn't leader lock the card, so any black deck can play Gecko Moria. Any black deck can get use of the effects of Black Bear. And the cards that Gecko Moria gets in the trash don't have to be black. They can be purple, they can be red, they can be green, they can be whatever color he wants, because they didn't lock it at all. So anyway. So what do I think is gonna happen to this card? It should probably be. I think that it is better than some 10 cost. I think it's better than 10 cost Mom in some cases. It's a crazy card. I think they should probably just ban it straight up, which they could do. But with it being an OP6 card, and we saw that it's already being played, they had opportunity to ban it now. Then just this is look at this. This is December of last year. It's almost March. So could have banned it then, but you know. So now we got Charlotte Luna, the same kind of thing. It gatekeeps slow decks. You have any sort of slow deck like NL or Queen, and any other yellow deck cannot exist in the format. I don't know about Vegapunk. Vegapunk seems kind of correct, but it's too much value. Like, you're gatekeeping slow decks, and if you have a couple in your hand and you get to a store of the game, or your hand can't be disrupted in this game unless it's pudding. They're not gonna pudding you late game, but you just chain these big moms, and literally there's a Reddit post that talks about the percentage of a Sakazuki player losing the big mom. It will go down by 20% every time. And it's already not favored. So it's a big body, and Kata is getting broken. Like, they're getting better cards. We're getting reject. We're getting the 10-drop ace. We're getting a bunch of different cards that are coming out, and this card is just it doesn't make the game fun. It heals them. It heals you, trashes their life, so you take their life, and then it's a 12K body. We don't really need to talk about Big Mom. Everybody, not just me, like everybody that's experienced Big Mom at a local or a tournament or a regional or a championship, knows that this deck is fucked. This deck is I think it could be reduced to 1, and it would be bad, because 1 Big Mom is fine. But I feel like the fuck thing is you can chain it. Too much value. Okay, so Rebecca, this is example. So you get a blocker, you get a 2K from your trash, and you get a body for forward on. That's kind of crazy. It's a lot of value. I mean, it's like baby Gecko Moria, right? And you have Rebecca Hinaluchi. You can kill 5 in a 4 costs, just like that. Or with the 2 Dawn, you have extra. We have cards like Ice Age and Great Eruption that just open it up to like pretty much fucking anything. You can KO like literally anything. Should it be banned? Probably. If they're gonna not ban Gecko, think this should be banned. So we'll go to the next video. Next video. Okay, so Hound Blaze, another busted card. It's a blue card, and I can't imagine what decks would utilize this other than black. I mean, they only made 1 black blue leader. You could technically play this in Rebecca. It's not leader locked, but like look at this. Ice Age plus Hound Blaze. That's a 3 Dawn. Bottom deck a 7 cost. and you get +3 to your leader. Like it's just too much value. Again, a card that creates too much value, creates Saki mirrors in the Sakazuki mirror, should probably be restricted or banned. I can see being restricted. Gatekeeps a lot of decks because Sakazuki is a board control deck. It does not need to be aggro. It shouldn't have early game aggression. And I'm talking as a Sakazuki player, and I know my deck is really overly tuned, but I still think it could be good. I still think it could be good. I think that cards like this should be banned. They're just too much value. So this is a pretty obvious one. You don't feel like this should be banned. It could not be banned, but this is one of the cards that just stuck out to me. Other cards like Lucci don't see being banned without, like, you could, if you ban Rebecca, Lucci automatically gets in there. If you ban Hound Blaze, a lot of other cards get in there. Okay, so I don't know why I skipped all that. Okay, so this is what happens. This is a meme, obviously, but this is in general kind of what happens when Sakazuki is allowed to play Moria. Okay, it has a good matchup into Sakazuki because you play the 10 cost Kaido. I mean, we will go over deck lists and deck profiles for these types of decks soon, but we don't really know what's coming out. So Sokka is gonna be the best in deck format. If they ban Rebecca and Hound Blaze and like maybe some Sokka stuff, or they just like nerf Sokka, then Gecko will probably be pretty good. If they don't ban Gecko, so other black decks will still exist. Perona will probably still be good. Category probably won't be good until 10 cost Ace, I think. So let's look at decks that I think would be good. So if Moria is banned and Rebecca is banned, and those cards get in, I think we're looking at contenders for the best deck of format, like as in Reiju and Yamato. Like Reiju specifically has insane matchups into almost every deck in the format. So I have a friend that plays Reiju. I have played Reiju. I've played against Reijus, and Reiju is a deck that is good all around. It doesn't have a bad matchup. The worst matchup it has is Yamato. I'm sure you can still figure that one out. It's easy to play, but at the same time, it's going to teach you good habits like sequencing your cards correctly, and it has a high skill cap. It's getting future support. It's getting a Sanji that's pretty damn good. Probably could be tier 0. It's won a championship, and if bans are hit hard enough, it probably could be. So this is a sample list I put here if you guys want to try it out on Sim or something like that. It is made for the Sakazuki meta right now, or the black meta, but it also could be altered for the Yamato matchup. So it's up to you. And I want to do more Reiju videos soon, but I'm not like too informed on this deck. But with my, reasoning and like seeing its playstyle and playing against it, I think it could do good. And it still does good into Sokka and stuff like that. So especially if it gets hit with the bans, it's not gonna do like worse into Sokka. Okay, so if Reiju is broken, this beats Reiju. It's really easy to play. It can pretty much beat other decks, a lot of other decks, especially if the player does not know how to play into it. It'll thrive in a not blocked environment because we got less blockers. We got Rebecca blocker gone, and this is the list we're looking at. It got 12-1 placements, first place. There's also a fortress list, but this is kind of standard bread and butter aggro list. We got Hody Jones, NL. Yamato's not a hard deck to give a deck profile on. The deck is pretty simple and straightforward, other than Fortress on Yamato. But so I will have some more content coming out with that. With that being said, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. So we learned a lot about the bans, and so really looking at these cards, guys. If you're looking at the cards to buy, some future videos I have planned is what you should keep for OP6, and hopefully some deck profile guides once we feel like the One Piece environment's a little better to like gauge. All right, peace, guys. Thank you very much.